What's up guys, it's Lord Sando here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about a new upcoming Roblox game called Jigen. So Jigen is an open world RPG, which has a massive focus on storytelling and lore. Before I get into the specifics of the game, let's talk a bit about the developers. So the game has two owners, Omikage and Moyuto. Moyuto is the one with a lot of experience and connections in the Roblox developing scene. He was a founder of Project Ghoul, the owner of Bleach Era, and the owner of Hajime, and a community manager for Anime Mania. From what I've gathered, he's pretty good at managing and directing games. The other owner is Omikage, and he is pretty much the mastermind of this game. Up until now, he's been developing games on his own, but Moyuto noticed his talent, and they decided to work together on this project. Let me clarify, I actually talked to the owners yesterday about the game, and they answered any questions that I had, and I'm very grateful for that. From talking to them, I feel like they have a great vision for their game, and they have a burning passion to make this succeed, and actually deliver something that the players enjoy. They specified that they wanted their game to be unique. They wanted their game to have secrets and hidden details that you couldn't find just looking at a Trello. Alright, now let's actually talk about what the game is going to be about. So like I said before, Jigen is an open world RPG, which is going to have a massive focus on storytelling, and that's going to be the main way in which you progress in the game. The luck of your birth can also play a big part in this game. It's going to affect the way that people, and specifically NPCs, see and interact with you. So based on the decisions that you make, the storyline is going to be a bit different for you, and you're going to be able to unlock different endings. You'll get different rewards from these endings, and this will inevitably affect your progression. Unlike in other RPGs, the way you talk to NPCs and the decisions that you make are actually very important, because it's going to affect you and the way that you're seen and your reputation is for the rest of the game. As well as this, NPCs will occasionally give off secrets in their dialogue. They'll tell you something about the storyline or some way to progress that you didn't know before. So once again, it keeps you immersed in the world, and you actually have to pay attention to what's going on around you rather than just skipping text. Once you've finished the storyline and you've reached max ranking, you're basically able to prestige or start a new life, and you'll be given different rewards based on that, such as being able to unlock different classes and magic types. So I asked the owner to summarize the concept of the game, and these are the main points that he gave me. The game is going to have storyline and quest, open world, different human races and weapons, different cities and villages, bosses, custom designed NPCs, secrets like puzzles and mysteries. This is why things like Trello and videos aren't going to be helping you as much. The combat's going to be quite unique. There's going to be magic, different ways to travel, groups and crews, drip, and of course different ways to progress. Jigen is taking the time-old concept of an open-world RPG and applying some unique concepts to it, which I think would work very well on a Roblox game. You know how like when Rogue Lineage first released, there wasn't really much info about the game? The only person doing info videos or doing anything like that was Infonasu. Apart from that, you had to figure out everything for yourself. That's sort of how Jigen is going to be on release. You're not going to know anything, and there's going to be tons of secrets for you to find out and explore, and that's what's going to make the game fun. I know a natural question a lot of you guys might have is whether this game is going to be inspired by any particular anime or any particular time period, and the answer is probably no. From what I've learned talking to the developers, they don't want to like lock themselves into any particular path, and they want to keep their options open. And I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to make their own world. Jigen quite literally translates to dimension, and I think that's what they're going to do. They're going to make their own lore and their own story for their dimension. Alright, now it's time to show you guys a few sneak peeks and leaks of the game. So the first leak is like the combat for the game. This is going to be the basic M1 combat, and it's quite slow paced unlike a lot of other games on the platform. You're not going to be able to take away someone's entire health bar just because you landed one M1, and this is going to be like forcing you to really understand the combat mechanics. It sort of reminds me in Deep Woken in a way because of how slow paced it is, and the reliance of skill over luck. You're going to be fighting someone for a long time, and you're not just going to be one-shotting anyone. So yeah, that's the basic M1 combat. As well as this, it's going to be like skills and magic, so yeah. So the next leak we have is just a showcase of one of the cities in the world. As you can see, it has quite a lot of effects, and there's like the shadows, the dust particles flying around. It looks pretty well made and quite aesthetic. I think this just goes to show how much they care about the details of their world. They want the game to be as immersive as possible, and what better way to do that than make great scenery. There's one more sneak peek that I want to show you guys, which is actually the intro cutscene to the game. I didn't mention before, but the game is going to have a lot of cutscenes, which is going to add to the visual element, and it's going to make the storyline and the narrative more compelling. You'll have to figure out stuff about the context of the world and the reasons why the world is the way it is, but you'll also be given some direction so you're not entirely clueless. So Jigen, in my opinion, is a game that could make a very big impact on the scene of Roblox. Right now, there aren't too many open world RPGs on the platform, and the ones that do exist are normally bandit beaters, and none of them attempt to tell a compelling story like Jigen does. The game could be very fun, and potentially it could reproduce the same feelings of playing Rogue Lineage on release. I'm very excited to be a part of the closed community, and I wish the developers the best of luck on their game. I'll be leaving the game's Discord server in the pinned comment and in the description, so go and check that out when you have the time. Thank you guys for watching, and peace out.